Good morning, my dear students. Today our discussion is going to involve some of the important topics of electric charges and fields, and they are electric dipole, electric field intensity at a point on axial line of dipole, electric field at a point on an equatorial line of dipole, and electric field intensity at any point due to dipole. This is a general case. My dear students, for your point of board examination, these two are very important because these two questions have appeared many a times in board examination. Okay, so therefore these two are very important. First we shall understand what is electric dipole, then we shall go for these derivations. Okay, so let us now begin electric dipole. Electric dipole. My dear student, as you can observe, di means two, electric means charges. Two equal and opposite charges, okay, if they are separated by a finite distance, then for that system we call it as electric dipole. A pair of two equal and opposite charges. Opposite charges means they should have opposite polarity. Opposite charges separated by a finite distance. Separated by a finite distance is called electric dipole. For example, HCl is electric dipole because H is positively charged and Cl is negatively charged, and H2O where H is positively charged and oxygen is negatively charged. Okay, what happens? These two are polar molecules actually. The center of positive charge and the center of negative charge, they do not coincide with each other. Okay, and the ultimately result is H is at one side and Cl is on other side, making okay a dipole. As you can observe here, if this is center of hydrogen, okay, and this is center of chlorine where H is positive charge and Cl is negative charge, and this is what? This is the separation. Okay, if I consider this as L, then this as L, then the distance is going to be 2L, the total distance. Okay, now for this entire system we can call it as electric dipole, because this system is consisting two opposite charges and these two opposite charges are separated by a finite distance. Then for this system we can call it as electric dipole. Okay, and the strength of this electric dipole is measured by one more quantity, and that quantity is electric dipole moment. Electric dipole moment. Electric dipole moment is actually effectiveness of electric dipole or strength of electric dipole. Strength of electric dipole. And this electric dipole moment is depending on certain factors. It is depending on the charge and also it is depending on the separation. Okay, therefore I can write the definition of electric dipole moment as product of either of charge and distance between them, and distance between the two charges, the distance between two charges. Okay, imagine this is plus q and this is minus q. Okay, the magnitude has to be same and the separation is how much? 2L. Okay, I can rewrite here. Consider a charge minus q and here it is plus q, and these two charges are separated by distance 2L. Why 2L? Because from the center, okay, center of dipole, if I consider this as L, and from the center of dipole if I consider this as L, then L plus L is 2L. Okay, therefore electric dipole moment is equal to Q, product of charge, and 2L. 2L is what? Distance between the two charges. And this dipole moment is actually a vector quantity, and I cannot consider q as vector because q is a scalar quantity, charge is a scalar quantity. I can treat it as vector 2L. Okay, this I can consider as displacement, and this is the formula for electric dipole moment. Okay, and some of the noteworthy points of electric dipole moment I can write here. Electric dipole moment is a vector quantity, and its direction is always from negative to positive. Direction negative to positive. Positive charge. Okay, and the net charge of the dipole is 0 because the magnitude has to be same. Therefore, net charge of dipole is always 0. But net charge is 0, but net electric field is not going to be 0. Electric field is not going to be 0. Net electric field intensity is not 0, because if I consider a point here, okay, and this point, say it is A point, this A point is at this distance from plus Q, and this A point is at this much distance from minus Q, and electric field is depending on what? It is depending on distance. Okay, as distance increases, electric field decreases. As distance decreases, electric field increases. As you can observe here, this distance is small, this distance is large. Therefore, at this point, the net electric field is going to be non-zero. Therefore, electric field is non-zero, but electric charge, the net charge of the dipole is going to be 0. And its unit is Q. Q is what? Charge. Charge unit is coulomb, and it is meter. Coulomb meter is unit of electric dipole moment. Okay, so this is all about electric dipole moment and electric dipole. Now we shall start the derivation. Okay, the electric field intensity at any point on axial line of dipole. Okay. Electric field intensity at any point on an axial line of dipole. See, for this we shall consider a dipole. This is a dipole, and this is minus Q, this is plus Q, and the separation is 2L. Okay, axial line means, okay, X is passing through the center of charges. Okay, we shall consider at this distance, let us call it as point A. Okay, and to check the electric field intensity at this point, we need a charge, that is test charge. Its value has to be very small. Okay, we can treat it as unit positive charge. We shall place unit positive charge at this location, say it is small q. Okay, and this is the center of dipole. From the center of dipole, this charge is located at a distance of r. Say this distance is r. R is distance between center of dipole and point A. Okay, and as we know, this distance from the center of dipole to plus q distance, it is L. And also the distance between minus q and center of dipole is also L. Then and then only the distance between these two charges is going to be 2L. This 2L is called as what? It is dipole length. Okay, And now this minus q, okay, has created the electric field at this location. Due to that electric field, this charge experience force, and that force is going to be in this direction. It is attractive force. This is electric field due to plus q charge. And similarly, this plus q will also apply force on this charge in this direction, and it is going to be repulsive force, E due to minus q. Okay. Therefore, we can calculate net electric field at this point. Okay. First, electric field due to plus q charge. And as we know, electric field formula is E is equal to K Q divided by R square. Okay, where K is what? 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. Electric field due to plus q charge, I can write this way: E due to plus q is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. Q, what is this q? This is source charge actually, and plus q and distance. Distance is how much? As you can observe here, okay, this distance from here to here, this distance is r, okay, and here to here this is L. Therefore, I can write it as this distance as r minus L. Okay, therefore it is r minus L square. Let us call it as equation number 1. And electric field due to minus q charge, E due to minus q is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q divided by, okay, how much? This distance from here to here it is L, and from here to here it is R. Therefore it is R plus L. Okay, so this is R plus L. As you can observe here, these two forces, these two electric fields are in same line and they are acting in opposite direction. Therefore, I can write it as negative, or you can consider electric field due to negative charge. Therefore, I can write it as negative also. Both the ways are same. And now total electric field. Total electric field due to both the charges. That is E is equal to electric field due to plus q charge and E due to minus q charge. Since electric field is a vector quantity, I have to consider the direction also. Therefore, E is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q divided by r minus L square minus 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q divided by r plus L square. Both the side, what is common? 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q is common, and inside the bracket 1 divided by r minus L square minus 1 divided by r plus L square. Okay, I can solve this. Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r plus L square minus r minus L square divided by r minus L square r plus L square. Okay, or q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square plus L square plus 2RL, because it is in the form of a plus b whole square, and minus r square plus L square, sorry, r square minus L square plus 2RL. And I can write it as r square, sorry, r to the power, okay, r square minus L square to the power square. Can write this way also. And here r square is cancelled, L square is cancelled, 2RL and 2RL is 4RL. So it is q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 2RL is 4RL divided by r square minus L square to the power square. Okay, see here, Q is there and 4 RL I can split into 2 into 2 RL, then it is going to be Q divided by 4 pi E epsilon naught 2L into 2R divided by R square minus L square to the power square. Okay, I can solve here. See, Q into 2L is what? It is P, dipole moment, because dipole moment is what? It is product of charge and distance. Okay, therefore electric field E is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi E epsilon naught P, because Q into 2 RL, this quantity is P, into 2R divided by R square minus L square. As you can see here, this L is very small distance, okay, compared to R. Therefore, we can neglect L here. If we neglect L means what is remaining? R square is remaining to the power square, because R is too much greater than L. Okay, and electric field E is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi E epsilon naught P into 2R divided by R to the power 4. 1 R is cancelled, therefore E is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi E epsilon naught 2P divided by R cube. This is electric field. Electric field at this point, okay, due to the dipole. Okay, you can note down. This electric field due to dipole is depending on R. Okay. Okay. See here, the direction of electric field, resultant electric field is along the dipole axis. Dipole axis, it means from negative to positive, from minus Q to plus Q. Okay, so this is about electric field intensity at any point on axial line of dipole. I have considered right side of this dipole actually. You can consider left side also and you are going to get the same result. And electric field go on decreasing as the distance increases. Okay, and if for a single charge actually electric field is R square. Okay, for point charge we have derived derivation actually, and that is R square. And here now for dipole the electric field is R cube. It means for dipole, okay, electric field is going to decrease very fast compared to point charge for a single charge. Okay, so next we shall start electric field intensity at any point on equatorial line of dipole. Okay, now electric field intensity at any point on equatorial line of dipole. For this we shall consider a dipole minus Q plus Q and the separation is 2L. Let us consider a point P at a distance of R from the center of dipole. Okay, this point P at which we are interested to calculate electric field. Okay, so let us place a small test charge at point P so that we shall calculate electric field created by minus Q and plus Q. Okay, this plus Q is at a distance of under root R square plus L square. Okay, as this distance is L, this distance is R, according to Pythagoras principle it is R square plus L square. Similarly, this is also under root R square plus L square. The distance between test charge and minus Q charge is how much? Under root R square plus L square. Okay, if I place a test charge at this location, this minus Q will attract it. okay, and the electric field will be E due to minus Q. And at this charge, okay, plus Q will apply a repulsive force in this direction, and this force will be E due to plus Q. As you can observe, this electric field due to plus Q and electric field due to minus Q, they are not acting in same line, okay. Therefore we need to calculate the resultant of E due to plus Q and E due to minus Q. As this angle is theta, this angle is also theta. Okay, now the magnitude electric field due to plus Q charge, intensity of electric field, that is E due to plus Q is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square plus L square, and electric field due to minus Q charge, that is E due to minus Q is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square plus L square. As you can observe, the magnitude of E due to plus Q and E due to minus Q both are same, okay. Therefore I can write electric field due to plus Q charge and electric field due to minus Q charge is equal to electric field E, okay. Magnitude wise these two are same, but direction wise they are not same, okay. Therefore we need to calculate resultant, okay. So in order to calculate resultant, I will split this electric field vector quantity into two components, okay. One is in this direction, this is going to be if this is theta, then this is also theta. This is base component, therefore it is E plus Q cos theta, and this is E plus Q sin theta. Similarly, this is theta, then this is also theta. Therefore I can split this vector quantity into two components, one in this component in this direction, that is E due to minus Q sin theta, and one in this direction, that is E due to minus Q cos theta. As you can observe here, E sin theta and E sin theta, these two are acting in same line and in opposite direction. Since E due to plus Q, E due to minus Q are same, therefore these two cancels each other. But here E plus Q cos theta, E minus Q cos theta are acting in same direction, magnitude also same, therefore these two adds up, okay. For total electric field, E is equal to E due to plus Q cos theta plus E due to minus Q cos theta, or I can write it as 2E cos theta, okay. And 2 E value we know, it is 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square plus L square, and cos theta, see from this we can calculate cos theta value. Cos theta is base divided by hypotenuse. Base is how much? L, and hypotenuse is how much? Under root R square plus L square, okay. And Q into 2L, Q into 2L is what? It is dipole moment. Therefore 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught P divided by R square plus L square under root R square plus L square, I can write it as R square plus L square to the power 3 by 2. As we know, this R distance is very large compared to L, therefore we can neglect L value here. 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught P divided by R to the power 2 cancels, and it is Q. Therefore this is the electric field due to, this is the electric field at any point on equatorial line of dipole, okay. And as you can see the direction of this dipole, this electric field, okay, this is the direction of electric field and this is the direction of dipole moment. They are exactly opposite to each other, therefore direction of resultant electric field intensity is opposite opposite to the direction of P. What is P? It is dipole moment. Dipole moment. So this is electric field. Okay. And as you can observe, in axial line, one more quantity was added, that was 2. Okay, and here only P is there. It means axial line is 2 times equatorial line. Okay. E axial is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 2p divided by r cube, and E equatorial is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught p divided by r cube. Okay, by these two I can write E axial is equal to 2 times E equatorial. Okay, so this is about electric field on equatorial line of dipole. Now a general case, that is electric field intensity at any point due to dipole. This is a general case. Okay, as we have already calculated electric field on axial line, that is 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 2p divided by r cube. In this case, the direction of electric field and the direction of dipole moment both were same. Okay, and in case of equatorial line, it is 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught p divided by r cube. In this case, the electric field and the dipole moment were opposite to each other. Okay, P was in this direction, E was in this direction. We have calculated these two, and now we shall start general case. That is, consider an electric dipole. Okay, and the separation is 2L, and consider a point P at a distance r from center of dipole. This is center of dipole at an angle of theta. Okay, and this is what? This is the direction of dipole moment, and this dipole moment can be resolved into two components. One in this component, let us call it as P cos theta. One in this component, this is P sin theta. Now for certain time we shall consider this as one dipole, and for this dipole this line is equatorial line. Okay, and similarly this P cos theta also we shall consider as one individual electric dipole, so that this line is going to be axial line. Okay, if we neglect this one, this line is going to be axial line. If we neglect this one, for this dipole this line is equatorial line. Okay, and this line is P cos theta line, this line is P sin theta line. Due to this P cos theta, at point P one electric field will be there, and this is axial line, therefore the direction of electric field will be in this direction. Let us call it as E1. Okay, neglect all these quantity. This line is axial line, and at a point P the electric field will be on axial line. We have already calculated it as 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 2p divided by r cube. Okay, now neglect this line. Okay, and consider this P sin theta only. For this P sin theta dipole, okay, this line is equatorial line. Okay, and as you know, for equatorial, okay, electric field and dipole moment both are opposite to each other. Therefore one dipole will be in this, one electric field will be in this direction. Let us call it as E2. This E2 is due to P sin theta, and this E1 is due to P cos theta. Understood? This E1 is due to axial line, and this E2 is due to equatorial line, and resultant of these two will be in this direction according to the law of parallelogram of addition of vector. Okay, and as we know, E1 is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught P divided by R cube. In place of P, I am supposed to write P cos theta. And similarly, E2 is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. Sorry, it is 2P. And P divided by R cube. But in place of P, I am supposed to write sin theta. Therefore, it is P sin theta divided by R cube. Okay. Now, the resultant is calculated as E is equal to under root E1 square plus E2 square. Okay. Now, we shall calculate it as resultant electric field. E is equal to under root E1 square. E1 square is how much? 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 2P cos theta divided by R cube whole square plus E2 square. E2 square is 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught P sin theta divided by R cube. It's a whole square. Okay. In both the case, what is common? E is equal to under root 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught and R cube also 1 divided by R cube. It is common. And inside the bracket 2P cos theta square plus P sin theta square. Okay. So we shall take it outside. 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 divided by R cube under root 2P cos theta. It is 4P square cos square theta plus P square sin square theta. Since P is also common, it is taken outside. 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught P divided by R cube under root 4 cos square theta plus sin square theta. Okay.